What are you putting on? Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. Our verses for today are Ephesians 4:22 through 24. To put off your old self, which belongs to the former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful desires, and to be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness. So what do you need to, first off, put off? Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We have physical things that, go on with our bodies, and sometimes they are things that we've created through lack of activity or not eating, the best things. And those are things that we can put off and make better choices and do more God-honoring things, with our bodies. That's one aspect of physically. If there's anything you're doing that is disruptive, downgrading to your body, then I would encourage you to think about not doing that. One thing is staying up too late. If you're up past 11 o'clock at night, especially, you are putting yourself in a bad position as far as your adrenals. They recharge kind of during that time frame, and if you're not asleep, they're not able to properly do that. So going to bed earlier, making sure you actually get at least 7 hours, preferably 8 hours of sleep, completely sets you physically up for the next day. It affects how you eat, how you think, completely how you function that next day. So that's something you could think about as far as something that your desire to read that last chapter of that book might be something that needs to be put off and done later. So emotionally, what things are you doing emotionally? Are you holding on to unforgiveness? Is there somebody that you have a grudge against? Is there a feeling that you are holding on to? Anger? All of these things, they can be something that is oppressing your physical and emotional and spiritual body. All of these things interconnect with each other. They're not just one separate thing. All of them affect the others. If you are down physically, if you haven't had enough sleep, you will feel emotionally down, possibly even depressed. But all of that is solved usually by just getting enough sleep. So we have to figure out the source of where this thing is coming from. If it's holding on to a grievance, there are things that happen to us, and things in churches where something did not go the way we want. There was a disagreement. They did not handle it well necessarily, and it's something that you have to let go of and come back to the fact that God uses other believers in our lives. We cannot just wall ourselves off and stop meeting together. Ephesians 4, I believe it is, says, do not forsake the meeting together. We're supposed to rub against each other. It's iron sharpening iron. And while, sometimes it's not pretty, sometimes you have to change churches, but you keep going. You keep going because Your foundation is God. It's not the church. It's your support, though. And you need that support. And it's a channel God can use in your life to support you physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So, side note, coming back to putting off spiritually, what things are going on spiritually? Is there a lack of desire to read God's word? Is there something that is interfering with you praying? Whatever is going on, this is an area where you need to ask God to show you what it is you're needing to put off and have him help you do it, because it's not something you can do on your own strength. And our second point is the other half of it. What do you need to put on? What are you putting on? How are you putting on that new self? And repeated theme here, renewing your mind, seeking God. All of those things it's what you focus on. What you focus on increases. And so when you, like Philippians 4:8 says, when you focus on what is good and pure and excellent and worthy of praise, then you will have a mind that is focused on those things and thinking of those things instead of being in the gutter. And you will think the way God thinks about things. And your relationship with God will be deeper and better. And of course, as far as the ultimate seeking God is to get quiet with him, away from the noise and distractions, preferably in his creation. That can be very useful to get that quiet so that you can actually hear. Because like most of us, I know I tend to fill the void. If it's too quiet, I may keep talking to God and not shut up and actually let him speak and hear what he would actually say to me. And that usually comes through reading his words. So pray, ask God to renew your mind, show you things that need to be kicked out and things that need to come in. Show you what that is that needs to be put off so you can put on the likeness of God. You can become like Christ. And if you're having trouble feeling his presence or hearing from him, let me show you why that might be happening and how to connect more deeply with my free ebook, Seeking God, Becoming Mary in a Martha World. And the address to pick up that book is healthturnaroundcoaching.com/seeking-God. And the link is usually also around the video, either above, below, depending on the location you're watching this. And I want to encourage you, if you have gotten the information, you got the information on how to do a retreat, but you actually haven't made one happen yet. And especially if you're, in ministry, you have your own ministry, your business is your ministry, or you are in service in the church in one way, shape, or form, I encourage you, if you're not connecting deeper with God and learning from him what you need to be doing, go back, spend time with him, reconnect, ask him what he wants you to be doing in your ministry, because it's his ministry. So I want to wrap up our time today with Take My Life and Let It Be. And if you know it, feel free to sing along. If you don't, feel free to listen. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my moments and my days, let them flow in ceaseless ceaseless praise. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of thy love. Take my feet and let them be swift and beautiful for thee, swift and beautiful for thee. Take my voice and let me sing, always only for my King. Take my lips and let them be filled with messages from thee, filled with messages from thee. Take my silver and my gold, not a mite would I withhold. Take my intellect and use every power as thou shalt choose, every power as thou shalt choose. Take my will and make it thine, it shall be no longer mine. Take my heart, it is thine own, it shall be thy royal throne, it shall be thy royal throne. And I will see you next week with another verse. See you then.